to the best place in outer space, Kids Planet! I'm Nova. Are you ready to join in the fun? Today, we'll be exploring a really funny planet. We're gonna learn a lot, and I promise we're gonna have a lot of fun, too. Today, we will explore the world of humor and how having a sense of humor can help our lives in all kinds of positive ways. Fasten your seatbelt because this space expedition starts in 3, 2, 1. Here we go! Have you ever heard the saying, laughter is the best medicine? Well, it's true. Laughter really can help us feel better. Let's ask our pal Curious to help explain. Curious, what is laughter? Laughter is the sound we make and the movements our bodies make when we find something funny. I don't know about you guys, but I find a lot of stuff funny. What do you find funny? Can you think of the last time you laughed? Was it something funny for everyone or just you? Sometimes things are funny to some people and not funny to others. Like the other day when my dad tripped and fell down. I thought it was really funny, and I started laughing. My dad didn't think it was as funny as I did. I learned an important lesson that day. Before I laugh about something like that, I have to make sure the person is okay, right? Always remember to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And that means to think about how they feel. And it will help you understand how you can make good choices in that moment. Think about it. If you fell and got hurt and someone laughed, would you like it? Probably not, right? So, when someone trips and falls, don't laugh. First, make sure they're okay. Sometimes it's embarrassing, and you don't want to hear anyone laughing at you, right? Other times, like when you fall on the grass, maybe even you're laughing about it. And it can be a funny moment that everyone enjoys. Sharing moments like that with friends can be great, but only if everyone agrees that it's funny, and not something that's embarrassing. The most important thing to remember is that laughing about something that happened to someone else may hurt his or her feelings. We should be conscious about other people's feelings. Do you know what that word conscious means? Let's ask our friend Curious. Curious, what does it mean to be conscious of other people's feelings? Being conscious of other people's feelings means to think about how they feel. My Aunt Orbit taught me something. She said that a great way to live life is by laughing at yourself. Don't take life too seriously. Have fun, smile, and laugh every chance you get. My brother Neutron laughs a lot at pretty much anything. Neutron loves making fun of himself, even telling embarrassing stories. Stories that make people laugh. But it's not easy for everyone to do that. I, for example, am a bit more shy, and I get embarrassed more easily. I don't like the attention on me, so I am more reserved. I have learned, though, that when I laugh at myself, everyone laughs along with me, and that feels really good. I love to hear people laughing when I'm having fun, too. There have been times when I've been really embarrassed and my face gets super red. But once I relax and realize that what happened was kind of funny, I don't worry about it. And I have a blast laughing, too. We have the choice to laugh instead of cry. Did you know that? If your first instinct is to cry when you trip, fall, or make any mistake, see what happens if you try to change that habit into laughter. It may take a few tries, but you can do it. Let's give it a try. Let's pretend we are walking and, oops, we fall. Your first instinct might be to laugh, but mine would be to get embarrassed, frown, and maybe even shed a tear. However, this time I'm going to choose to laugh. Soon enough, I know we'll forget about the feeling of embarrassment and use the situation to laugh about it. Laughing is great medicine. It can turn a bad day into a better day. It can heal a frown and turn it upside down. Did you know that there are different types of laughter? Yeah, there are. Like when someone tickles us. That one's called simulated laughter. Scientists found that simulated laughter helped improve older adults' mental health. That's why I always try to make my grandparents laugh. Laughing comes with so many benefits. It adds happiness to life and it eases tension and stress, which is when we are feeling a little worried about something. Like when Galaxy tried out for the soccer team. She was stressed about finding out if she had made it on the team or not. So I made sure to keep the jokes coming so she would feel better. And it worked! And you know what else? Laughing can also improve your mood. Have you ever been really sad, but after your friend makes you laugh, you feel better? Yup, me too! All those things make you a happy person. When you feel like an old grump, just change that. You have the power to turn your frown upside down. Sure, there will be sad times. They are also part of life. But when you are an expert at smiling and laughing, those lousy moments don't last long. It's all up to what you want to do in that moment. For example, if your toy breaks, that's sad. But the bright side is, maybe that broken toy can become a new toy for your dog. See, nothing to cry about. You're making your dog happy. You want to know something else? Laughing is as good as exercise. Yup, my Aunt Orbit told me so. You want to know why? Because laughter helps the immune system. Our immune system is like a wall inside our bodies that protects us from getting sick. It's filled with immune cells, which are like tiny superheroes who fight all the germs that come close to us. So, we know that laughing is a great thing, but there are also times when it's not okay to laugh, right? Can you think of some times? When we're at school, is it okay to laugh in the middle of class? Probably not. But is it okay to laugh during recess? Absolutely! Laughter is an awesome remedy for negativity and disagreements. I remember one time I got mad at Neutron for eating the last cookie in the cookie jar. But he told me a joke and I couldn't help but laugh. I wasn't able to stay mad at him after that. Nothing works faster to change your mood than a good laugh. Humor can make you feel happy, connect you with other people, keep you focused, and sometimes it can help to ease problems too. Laughing almost always makes you feel good. Best of all, this special medicine is fun and free. When we come back, we'll learn about having a sense of humor and more about why laughter matters. But before we take a break, it's time for our Nova quiz. Here we go. How does this popular saying go? Laughter is the best. A, exercise. B, rhythm. C, medicine. D, sport. We'll be right back with more Kids Planet! the answer to our Nova quiz. How does this popular saying go? Laughter is the best. A. Exercise. B. Rhythm. C. Medicine. D. Sport. If you said C. Medicine, you are right. Laughter is the best medicine. Before the break, I told you we'd learn about what it means to have a sense of humor. So let's ask our friend Curious. Curious, what does it mean to have a sense of humor? Having a sense of humor is the ability to understand things that are funny or to appreciate a joke when it's told. Thanks, Curious! Okay, so being able to laugh at jokes and seeing the funny side of things is called having a sense of humor. Do you have a sense of humor? Think about it. What are things that make you laugh? Do you like to laugh at jokes? Or when something funny happens to you? That's having a sense of humor. As you learn more about your sense of humor, you can bring humor into conversations as a fun way to communicate with someone. Sometimes it's fun to ask someone, "What's the funniest thing that's happened to you?" You might be surprised to find out that lots of people have great stories to tell. And you just might laugh too. Guess what? You can practice your sense of humor and get better and better. Doesn't that sound like fun? First, you've got to learn to not take yourself too seriously. That means to learn to laugh at your own mistakes. We all do silly things from time to time, but instead of feeling embarrassed or defensive about it, just embrace it and laugh a bit. Embrace the imperfections and choose to laugh whenever you can. Notice the great effect your smile can have on people. Smile even at strangers. Your smile most likely will make them smile too. Have you noticed that when someone smiles at you, you smile back? Exactly. Sharing smiles and laughter can bring joy, fun, and relaxation to other people. Humor is a powerful and effective way to solve disagreements, and laughter can bring people together during difficult times. When we laugh with one another, a positive bond is created. This bond, which can also be called a union, can bring some agreement and happiness to a situation and help disappointments to drift away. Eventually, you'll start to find humor in all kinds of things in your life. Fell from your bike? Laugh and try again. Poured too much milk into your cereal bowl? Laugh, but make sure you clean up. Got some ketchup on your shirt? Laugh! This happens to everyone. You said 2 + 2 is 6? Laugh! We all do silly stuff. Just learn from your mistakes and move on. You will have plenty of opportunities to laugh at yourself again. It's fun. I have an idea. Let's make a planet list of some things we can do to practice smiling, laughing, and to work on our sense of humor. Read funny books. Write your own funny stories in a notebook. Hang out with funny friends. Learn some funny jokes to share with your friends and family. Play games. Play with a pet. That can be fun. Goof around with your parents and relatives. Do something silly like dressing up in a costume. Make time for fun activities like bowling, miniature golf, or going to the park. Wow, that's a great list. Having a sense of humor is so important. It can brighten up your whole day. When you're feeling down, smile. Just make yourself smile. Try it. I bet it will help. When I'm feeling down, I like to remind myself of all the things that make me smile and feel happy. So I keep a couple of my favorite drawings, pictures of my favorite people, including Comet and Astro, my pets, stuffed animals, and when I look at them, it brings a smile to my face. And guess what? Pretty soon, I'm feeling happy again. Next, we'll learn all about the power of positive thinking. But first, it's Nova Quiz time. When is it okay to laugh? A, when someone gets hurt. B, when we hear a funny joke. C, when we're at nap time. D, when we're supposed to be quiet. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll find out the answer. We'll be right back with more Kids Planet! We're back! Let's continue our happy adventure. But first, let's find out the answer to our Nova Quiz. When is it okay to laugh? A, when someone gets hurt. B, when we hear a funny joke. C, when we're at nap time. D, when we're supposed to be quiet. If you said B, when we hear a funny joke, you're right! Good job, that was a tricky one. Now we're going to learn about the power of positive thought. That sounds complicated, but it's actually really simple. Positive thinking means you think good thoughts about the future. You hope for good things to happen. When you think positive thoughts, you'll find that you start feeling happy and energized. And you'll even be more likely to experience positive outcomes in what you do. Now, things don't always turn out the way we want. But if we stay positive, things will work out more often than not. Positive thinking creates a feeling of optimism inside of us. Do you know what that means? Let's ask Curious for some help. Curious, what is optimism? Optimism is the attitude you have when you believe or hope that things will turn out the way you want them to. Thanks, Curious. Okay, so I am optimistic about learning how to swim. I'm still learning, and swimming sounds like something really hard to achieve. But still, I am choosing to be optimistic. I believe I can do it. And when you believe something, you have a much better chance of making it happen. I believe Mom will let me have cookies for dinner tonight. Okay, so it doesn't always work. Basically, if you think negative thoughts, if you think, I'll never be able to do that, it makes everything harder to do. But if you're positive and believe you can do it, you can. With your thoughts, you can change your life. So what do we do when things get hard or stressful? Or we start to feel sad or angry? Feeling sad or angry is okay. It's good to have all kinds of feelings, and we shouldn't fight those feelings. But we can get really good at moving back to positive thinking. Once we've expressed our sadness or frustration, we don't have to keep being sad or mad. If you're focused and you work hard, you'll get to where you want to. Be positive. Be optimistic. Always look at the bright side. And smile. Smiling and laughing are the key. Wow! Today has been great. We learned about one of my favorite things, laughter and learning to see things in a positive way. We learned that having a sense of humor makes everything better. It can change our moods, help us to not be stressed, and it just brightens our day. And we learned that laughter produces happy hormones which help our hearts and bodies stay healthy. I guess what they say is true. Laughter is the best medicine. So use it often. Before we end today's mission, we have to make a quick stop for our interplanet trivia. And we're going to need some help. Today, my pets Astro and Comet are going to help us out. Yay! I'm so happy you guys are here. All right, we've learned a ton about humor today. We learned that having a sense of humor can help our lives in all kinds of positive ways. But we also learned that things we find funny might not be funny to someone else. Now that we've reviewed what humor is, let's test our knowledge. Do you think you can figure out which of the following scenarios is full of humor? Is it this one? Looks like my dog Comet is making a little bit of mess. Or could it be this one? Looks like my cat Astro is not having too much fun taking his bath. Or how about this one? Look at Comet and Astro in their costumes. They look so cute. All right, do you think you can figure it out? Think carefully. Which one of these scenarios could be considered funny? Although Comet making a mess could be kind of funny to me, I don't think Mom and Dad would find it very funny. So I don't think this is the right answer. Moving on. It's necessary for Astro to take his bath. And even though he looks a little funny all wet, he's not having a good time. So that means this is also not the right answer. Which leaves us with Astro and Comet in really funny costumes. Now this option has to be the winner. Astro and Comet love their costumes, and we do too. Remember, there are things that we might find funny that aren't always funny to others. If the other person, or in this case, pet, feels sad or uncomfortable about something that we think is funny, we shouldn't laugh. We don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. We have to remember to be conscious of other people's feelings. Do you remember what that means? It means we think about how others feel. Yay! You did great! Way to go! We'll see each other again soon, right here in the best place in outer space.